So this is another follow-up. So this is the god Tiberius. He's like a river god. So like every May you have to, sacrifice something to him in the river. So he's part of the Tiber River, which I showed in my last video in Rome. Maybe it's Italy, but it's in Rome. So it's on the embankment of the Tiber River are these in carvings of the she-wolf. So here you see both of them, okay? I'll zoom in on this picture in a minute. But you can see here that's the she-wolf. Now, what the experts will tell you is that this god isn't connected to the second emperor of Rome. Okay, sure he's not. Because they say this is just Roman mythology. Just like they say the Greek is just Greek mythology. No, it's very simple. It's in the Bible. And the Bible talks about the hosts in heaven. Your planets, your stars, all that. They're considered the hosts of heaven. They're supposed to stay in their proper dwelling, but some of them don't. Many of them don't, actually. They leave their proper place of dwelling, like it says in the book of Jude, in the Bible. And they come down here and play gods, like in the Greek days. And the Romans, they're very enticing, all this. So the Romans took this on. That's why I whenever everybody gets so fascinated with the Rome history, it's like, look, it's really the same as Pharaoh and every other time. They just get better at it, finding more unique ways to, let you like your prison sentence, let's say. So you're not literally realize that you're in some sort of debt slave system here. So anyway. So clearly some craziness there, right? I mean, just like the other picture. Yeah, so again, this is God Tiberius, the Roman mythology god of the river. And this river, the Tigris River, goes back to the twins, Romulus and Remus, who then that wolf over there, you can see just the head, was the she-wolf that's nursed them. Like they had people that raised them, but when they nursed the two twins, and those Romulus went on to be the founder of Rome, the Roman Empire, I mean. But then I know it's confusing. So what this reminded me of, though, is it looks like it's a tree. You know what I'm talking about here, right? I mean, it's very obvious this. It's a tree, but it's coming out of somewhere else. And all I could think of is, the Garden of Eden. Don't take from that tree, Like, don't take from that tree. That's what it reminded me of. I'm not saying I've not read anything about that. It's just, that's what it reminded me of. So, just so people are aware, so Tiberius was the second Roman emperor succeeding Augustus. Okay, Augustus again was the nephew of Julius Caesar, who took it from a Roman republic into a Roman empire. And then after Augustus came the emperor Tiberius, and people, they say, often get it confused with this god. Yeah, I don't think so. Because again, they in Rome, they worshipped their emperors after they were dead. They did. They saw them, period, as gods, which is why when they arrested Jesus and, Jesus said, if this was my kingdom, my people would be standing, my kingdom, this kingdom just worships all these leaders. So again, succeeding Augustus, who was the first emperor and was deified after his death, Augustus promoted himself as a god and sought to be seen as a divine leader, which influenced Tiberius's reign and the perception of the emperors in Rome. Okay, so see, again, it's all part of the same problem. These emperors then go on, I am a god. Yeah, because they're being influenced by, what God said ran this place. And what's also interesting is Tiberius. Now they say one has an N, and I'm telling you, it's all part of the same. I'm saying with So the god Tiberius, they say that's with an N. That's why people get it confused. Tiberius is a Roman mythology god. Yeah, I don't think so, because it goes back to all the same thing. But then it says here that Tiberius was adopted by Augustus in AD 4. So he adopted too, just like Julius Caesar's has adopted him, as part of a succession plan after the deaths of Augustus's grandsons. So it's almost too, like, in order to keep your power and your fame, you have to keep sacrificing people. So that's probably why his grandsons were, yeah. And then he adopts one, and so it's never really, it's so twisted, all of it. This adoption made Tiberius the heir to Augustus, leading him to become the second Roman emperor after Augustus's death in AD 14. And then would Jesus would have already, no, would he have been, he would have been born right around that time. So all the dynasties had merged. You can line it up like why Jesus, then you can try to line it up with what was happening. Why, yeah, in 70 AD, the abomination of desolation happened. And so that it ties to then Revelations. Also, this is Rhea Silva. Okay, you can see it's this Greek stuff, but it goes back. So who Rhea Silva is, also known as Lilla, was the mythical mother of the twins Romulus and Remus, Romulus founded the city of Rome. This event was portrayed numerous times in Roman art and then books. The legend of Rhea Silva recounts how she was raped by Mars while she was a Vestal virgin, resulting in the twins as mentioned in the Aeneid and the works of Ovid. Yeah, I don't. So you can see what it goes back to the same thing. It's what, like, look at this Greek stuff. It's always got like people with like their nose missing, the sculptures, or their arms. It's supposed to look depraved and twisted, because it is. And really, it's the same thing that's always been going on. Like, clearly this is your Greek type of art or your sculpture. It's the same thing you see everywhere. And your Rome, because Rome took on a ton of the Greek gods. They were enticed by them. So then you have to realize that, and then here's the other thing. Pharaoh, that goes back to King Tut, okay? I mean, and they have found, I think, didn't they pull up Pharaoh or something? And they found spell books, like the spell book for the Book of the Dead. So see, it's the same problem. It's the reason why Jesus said the whole world lies with the wicked one. So you may think, well, why would God do that? Because it's just what God is doing. Like, that's why he said, just finish the race. Just, realize where you're living. No matter, this world's going to lie to you and tell you, oh, this is all a myth. It should be clearly obvious at this point, unless you want to remain stupid, that it's not, okay? I mean, look at the little kids here, okay? And everybody's naked, and it's like a Burning Man event, okay? Because at night they all just get all naked, and that's how much they all love each other. So, I mean, it's all the same thing that just keeps carrying on, and it's because especially those Roman or those hosts that left the celestial. Those celestial hosts that left their proper place of dwelling, they would want to influence the rich and the powerful because they want to run the show here, and they have been. So I think all of their times is coming to an end very soon, though. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, so all of it, because otherwise all this stuff wouldn't be being uncovered about the pedophilia, the massive pedophilia problem, all of these bloodlines and how they've merged, and it's all been about power, money, control. Yeah, it's just all been coming out. So realize what that ultimately goes back to, besides corruption, is a spirit that was been there since the beginning. Call him Lucifer, call him the devil, call him Satan, call him the beast. It's always been here.